la! Your dream vacation to Hong Kong starts from rupees 74,999 only with GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Hello, Bhuvan Baum, the celebrity of the YouTube and the internet space. How are you doing?
I don't know how to react to this, but
It's a good thing.
I'm so fortunate because I'm sitting with you again.
No, this is how it happened. The first time we met and talked was before first season of Taaza Khabar,
Yeah.
and now it's just before the second season of Taaza Khabar. So it's like
I'm glad.
yeah. I hope
This is a good space.
matlab, the
Like
energy is
it's a
good.
good, yeah, the
Oh,
energy is good. It's
oh,
like
nice.
the homely vibe.
Homely vibe.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll talk about the show and all that. But before that, because you're in Chennai, I have to ask you this very Chennai question, which is like, यहाँ पे there is this whole thing of, are you a Kamal fan or are you a Rajni fan? So it's like you have to be one of those. So I'm going to expand it and make it a little easier for you.
Okay.
Which South Indian star are you a fan of?
Fahad.
Fahad Fasil. You didn't even think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think he's probably the best actor in this country right now.
Yeah.
Can't get over him.
Yeah. But tell me, how do you process acting? Because one of the things that you do is largely, yes, Taaza Khabar did get into some dark spaces, like because of greed and this and
Yeah,
that and all
yeah.
that. But largely, you have a comic persona.
Yeah.
मतलब इन लोगों को हंसाते हैं आप. That's your, when I go to,
I mean, it's not something I started with, and I love making people laugh.
Yeah.
But I'm very much inclined towards drama because I can't watch comedy movies. I don't.
I have a question exactly about that.
I can't watch comedy.
And I have a question about Kumbhalagi Nights. So this is like, yeah. But seriously, why can't you watch comedy movies?
I don't know. It reflects in my writing.
मतलब influence हो जाता है.
Yeah, if I watch a comedy movie, it has happened with me. I was writing a BB Vines episode and I was writing it and I was like, it's taking me lesser time than usual to write this episode and it's going really good. So I got scared. I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Why is it sounding so good? What's wrong? Then I realized one day before shooting, at night I was just contemplating and I was reading and rehearsing the script again and again because there were 6 characters in it. So I was rehearsing in everyone's voice. And then it clicked me. Then I went back again to the script and then I saw that it was hugely inspired from a movie that I had watched a month ago.
Which one was that?
भागम भाग.
हाँ.
So उसमें भागम भाग का एक scene, there was a scene in भागम भाग, उसमें से that episode came out. And I was like, no, this can't happen. So I had to cancel the entire script and I started writing again. The entire script. It took me another 15 days to write.
But tell me, what is wrong in being inspired?
Getting inspired is a different thing, but it's a very thin line. There's a very thin line between that and plagiarism. And mostly it's plagiarism in the name of inspiration. Because inspiration is a word that we loosely throw. That I'm inspired by this, I'm inspired by this. But most of the times it's plagiarism that we quote it with, I'm so inspired, I'm so inspired by this. But I feel that as soon as I get this thought where even like a 20-30% of the thing is somewhat similar to what I've seen, it's very risky, especially in today's day and age where where knowledge and information is so much in abundance. You can't risk it.
I kind of identify with that in one way because sometimes when I'm sitting down to prepare question research things, right? Sometimes I wonder if I'm asking this type of question too often or if like, have I asked this question to a lot of people? But then one part of my brain also says, if I overthink this, then the natural conversation jo hone wala hai, that probably won't happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just becomes a little because I watch a lot of interviews, like to kind of, because otherwise you can't, you just to get a variety of what to ask, right? I've thought about this a lot, so maybe that's a good way to think about it.
I think we are both overthinkers.
Overthinkers, yeah. I'm a huge overthinker. So that's kind of same, right? It's like
Yes.
the dimag chalta hi rehta hai. It's just like doesn't take a rest.
Is it good or bad? I don't know.
I don't think you have a choice because I know that there are people who say that you can do meditation, you can do this, you can do that, you can calm down, वगैरह. But I don't think that.
I'm hopeful that someday I'll just get over this habit. I don't know when, but right now at this stage, I'm just ruining myself.
No, but see, at the risk of, this is going to sound a bit like humble bragging. It's not. But maybe if you care a lot about the output that you put out and the work that you put out, maybe it is, you have to be an overthinker. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's what I've been telling myself.
see, I'm telling myself that too. Okay, that's a good thing. So, okay, so between season 1 and season 2 of Taaza Khabar, it's been a couple of years now.
Ji.
If you were to describe your life with one word, what would that word be?
Same.
Same.
It's same.
कुछ भी बदला नहीं.
Nothing.
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 So what is it? It's like the same hectic pace.
It's the same pace. It's the same life. It's the same writing process. It's the same team. It's the same thinking process. And it's the same reception.
Wow.
It's the same. It keeps spiking, going down, but the eventual line is the same.
Is that a good thing?
It's a good sign. As long as it's not going downhill, it's a good sign for me.
Okay.
Because I know that I have so many years ahead of me that I have spaces to kill.
Right.
So I'm taking my time. इस मामले में I don't overthink. I know that I'll find a good project or I'll chase a good project when it comes. But right now there's nothing that I'm full of, my bag is full of movies and this and that. No. I thought it would be easier after season 1, but it's not really easy to crack that.
To crack movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not easy.
Okay.
Though I've been offered so many movies, but they are what they give social media people.
Yeah.
They're those movies.
And you want proper roles.
I don't necessarily chase like a proper lead, male lead. I don't go by that. Even if I'm doing a supporting actor, if there is meat in that, then I'll be fully into it. But it's not. I've been to meetings where only the producer and the marketing folks are sitting and they're narrating me the story. That turns me off.
Yeah.
That they just want me for numbers. They just want me for footfalls.
But it's very surprising because, in the YouTube space, you're a superstar. So to kind of take you for a SRSR role doesn't make much sense. It's like a...
Maybe it does for them.
Okay.
Because they already have like a list of actors that have said yes. They just want that one plus guy who can actually do their social media game on their behalf.
Right. I have a word for somebody like you, and I mean this with the deepest as a compliment, because I call you a common man star simply because you used something that the common man has, which is your basic internet, and became this big star, and therefore you are also more relatable to the common man than a screen star. Do you like this term? You're not insulted, right?
No.
Ah.
No.
I didn't mean it. I meant it with full...
I'll be honest. As long as I'm catering to the common man, like you said, I'm happy with this.
Yeah.
I would love to die with this name. Because I meet kids, I meet teenagers, I meet office going folks, and everyone say this, that you're living our life, the life that we aspire to live. So I get this a lot, that people, even in the trailer that we dropped, most of the comments that I got, most of the DMs that I got were that it feels like someone from my family, a friend of mine has done this.
Right.
As long as that feeling is there, I feel that it's a win for me.
Right. So today after this you're going to a college and going to speak to students, right? So that is roughly maybe 18 to 22 age group.
Ji.
Now, what is the most frequently asked question from this age group to you?
That where do I begin?
How do I become this?
Yeah, where do I begin?
Where do I begin?
What should be my first step?
Right.
And I don't have an answer for this. Because there is no rocket science for this.
Yeah.
If I tell you that just upload something on YouTube or Instagram, that will not necessarily make your content be visible to the people that you want to reach out to. It's a different ball game, especially now after there is so much influx of creators on social media. I feel I don't have an answer for this. I just tell them that don't it's okay to get inspired from someone's graph, of success, but don't try to exactly go that path.
Right.
Because the permutations and combinations that happened with me while I was doing YouTube, it was completely different. Even I don't know how did I end up there. You have to figure out yourself.
But you don't want to write one
No.
memoir
That will-
how I became
No, no.
like
That
for
will be
self.
misleading.
Yeah.
That will be misleading. I would love to write that how to tackle things, how to manage your heart and your brain, how to not get over yourself.
How do you manage the heart and the brain?
By constantly reminding myself that this won't stay forever.
That's
Unless
a
you are
very
unless you are Kamal sir or Rajni sir or Shah Rukh Khan.
But that's, see, when you take Shah Rukh, that's a good example of somebody who people liked, they still like, and he's got a. It's not like he's still delivering hits, big hits. Yes, he's been through rough patches, all that, but everybody does, right? Why can't you be the Shah Rukh of your generation? I mean, why are you saying that I know this can't stay? That's what I'm saying. Why
There
can't
are-
you say I'm hoping this will stay?
Because the ball game is completely different now.
Okay.
Like social media is a constant rat race. Even before OTT, you would see maximum of 10 movies a month. Now we are competing 5,000 or even 50,000 videos posted every day.
Yeah.
That's a massive comparison.
You had a statement once, and I asked you about this last time also because you said sometimes I think there are more creators than viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And since then it has doubled or tripled. It's very tough. It's very tough.
Okay. So this also means that everything that comes from your name, label, whatever it is, you have to ensure that a certain quality is there.
Exactly. I learned this term focus group when when we first started doing shows. I was like, I'll show it to my friends now. They'll give me a feedback. And they're like, no, focus group has to have professionals who would not keep that bias. They'll tell you on your face. So that's how we got to that's how I got obsessed with this.
Obsessed with what?
The focus groups. That I even if I do a first draft of a show, I have to show it to someone who'll there and then bash me. So that we can work on it. So that we can make the edit better, for example.
Right.
So it's constantly in my head that since it's my production, since I'm an outsider, since there is no one to back me in the industry, I'll have to do it all by myself. And I think I love that.
So you mean even for Taaza Khabar there is a focus group?
Yeah.
Because it's Disney, right? It's Disney
It's a
Hotstar.
forced focus group. I put them at gunpoint and I'm telling them, please, this is the beginning of my career. Please be as honest as you can with me. If you can't come to the office, I'll come. I'll bring all the drafts to you. Just watch it. Just give me an hour. And I'm not ashamed of it.
Right.
I'm not ashamed of it.
Nice.
If I'm coming out to the public eye after a year, then I need to make sure that I have a worthy project in my hand. I can't do it for the sake of it. कि पैसे आ गए अब तो season 2 भी आ गया बना देते हैं. I never have this. I hope I never get this attitude in my head that yeah, let's do it. पैसा तो आ ही रहा है ना. Let's make it. Who cares?
Yeah. That's sometimes some stars get into that zone where they get very comfortable with that one thing, and slowly they realize then that people are likely to get bored. They don't realize that.
Exactly.
And by the time they realize that, it's too late.
What I like, it's not obvious that people would like that. So I need to ask a few people who are not my age group, the people who have seen more than me, the
Right.
people who have experienced more than me, and people who have not seen much.
Right.
So my friends, they have watched Taaza Khabar, they have watched BBK Vines, but they're not movie cinema fans. They are the hardcore audience. who'll just bash the movie or a show on their stories, Insta stories. They have no filter. There was one session where I showed it to them, like the second or third draft, and they were pretty um, blunt about what they wanted, what they liked or what they didn't like.
Right.
Even in season 1 they did that.
Right.
And we made changes accordingly. And even in season 2, like the first, second draft, I showed it to them. I didn't tell anyone in the team. And I showed it to them. And I'm glad they said what they said.
Right. So before this, we were talking to a manager. He was in the room, and he said that you like coming to southern cities like Kochi, for example, because you are not recognized as much.
Yeah.
Does that mean that because you've already established yourself in North India, this becomes a new territory for you to come to?
Yeah, and I love coming here. Because I don't plan enough to come to this part of the country. And I really love. I've come here multiple times without anyone knowing, in my family also.
Right.
I just come here. I remember coming from Delhi to Chennai just to sit on the beach and have banana chips.
Okay.
No intention, nothing, no work. I just took a flight. I landed here. I watched the sunset, and I was sitting on the beach and I was just having banana chips.
Which year was this?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
So this is much after all you became famous, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but BBK Wines was happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything was, I was doing after Dindora. This happened after Dindora. And I was sitting and I'm just doing it. And I had a flight 3 hours later. So I went back to the airport and went home.
Yeah.
That's how much I love this part.
How do you intend to get audiences from this part though?
By scouting stories and making cinema and just improving myself.
Right.
Plus this what do you call this, where movies are dubbed in multiple languages. This concept works. It's the best. I think it's the easiest way to reach.
Get other,
To reach here. I never thought that the dialogue that I've said in Hindi would be translated in so many languages.
Yeah.
That's an advantage which I actually faced when I was in Kerala last year, I think. Somebody said Vasya, and I'm like, did you watch the show? And we had a very broken interaction. I couldn't understand him and he didn't understand me either, but he had watched the show, and that's overwhelming.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. I can't tell you what I felt at that moment. I wanted to say so many things, but the language, I couldn't explain it to him what it meant to me.
Yeah.
But I was so happy, and this drives me, that there is so much more to do. There is so much more audiences to cover.
Yeah.
Like, I get this a lot, that you have so many million followers, you have 40 million on social media. How do you, what next for you? And I'm like, we have a population of 120 plus. we have a massive population, and I've just catered to this much.
Yeah.
There is so much more to cover. That's why it never dies down. The intent and the greed, I may say so.
Yeah.
It never dies down. I just want to keep going and just creating content or shows or movies.
Yeah.
Just to reach everywhere. I don't want to walk on the streets freely.
So the next time you come to Chennai to have banana chips at the beach, you want to be mobbed. I'm saying that's a good thing.
Yeah. Organically.
Organic.
No PR.
Yeah. So there is a line in the teaser or trailer of Taaza Khabar. ये सही गलत सब जो है, ये उनके होते हैं जिनके पेट भरे हुए हैं. Right? ये उसूल सब. So tell me one सही thing that you did and one गलत thing that you did जब पेट भरा हुआ नहीं था.
So whatever I did at that point was all sahi for me. Whatever I did. What galat I did? I don't know. I must have lied. I must have lied so many times to just get to meet someone. Like I remember telling people that I'm from Mumbai, just so that they have me in their mind. They remember that, okay, this guy is from Mumbai, we can call him anytime. They don't know that I have to immediately book flights and then make sure that I'm here in 2 hours. I've lied a lot just to get in that room with people. Because सच बोल के नहीं होता कुछ. Truth never has not helped me much.
You know, all over the country, theaters are facing decrease in footfalls. There are many theaters that are shutting down, and this is not just every industry is facing a problem, right? It's like very few films are becoming hits and all that. Do you think that the rise of common man stars like you and the democratization of content has contributed a lot to this?
To the theaters,
To the fact that people don't need to go to theaters to watch movies anymore because there's so many other forms of entertainment.
yeah. I feel yes, there is so much content coming out every day. Every day there is a trailer dropping. People have options with them. They can choose whatever they want. Also, the sentiment of going to the theater with family, it's still there. We have seen so many movies that have pulled people to the theaters. I remember I in Delhi only. I went to watch Avesham. It was a third week in Delhi and not dubbed, only subtitles. Packed theater. People are screaming. Punjabi people in the crowd, they're reading the subtitles and they're understanding the joke, and the jokes are landing well, and the music is amazing, and people are with. It's a proper first day first show wala feeling in that theater. If that can happen, I feel the theater will never die. Theaters are never gonna die.
Yeah.
I witnessed it and I'm like, wow. Because I deliberately went in the second week thinking that there won't be much people. It was packed, and not a very not the most famous theater of Delhi. It's just what's the mood, what people want to watch. And I feel entertainer masala movies. People say that no, let's make art. We love art. I think art is okay for OTT. If I'm going and spending $1,500 on popcorns and things like this,
You want entertainment?
I want masala. I don't want to apply brains.
Yeah.
I feel we need more movies without brains in cinemas, in theaters.
In theaters. Right. And so when you come to something like Taaza Khabar, both season 1 and season 2, it's not exactly without brains. There is a journey of a man who gets a wish, Vardhan,
Yeah.
blessing, boon, whatever it is.
Yeah.
He gets news ahead of time.
Ji.
And that makes him. But the thing is, you could have taken this in a very funny way, and there are many funny moments in the show.
Yeah.
But you're also talking about personal ambition. You're talking about greed. All these things. So then, वो तो art बन गया ना. It's not leave your brains at the door, is what I'm trying to say.
It's not, but it also gives the viewer this feeling, oh, this is my story. If I had Vardhan, I would have acted the same way. See, his name is Vasant Gowde. He uses an alias called Vardhan to avoid bad people.
Right.
That Vardhan became much more famous than Vasant Gowde.
Yeah. Or
Because
Vasya.
or Vasya. Because people thought that I am Vardhan. If I earn 500 CR in a day, then who could stop me? They see themselves in Vasant.
So it's a wish fulfillment.
It's a wishful film. It's an aspiration film, if I may say so. Any movie, any character in the movie who can give you this feeling that I would have reacted like this, then it'll travel. Then that movie or that show will travel.
Yeah.
That's what I want to keep in mind. I want to play characters that people would say, even if it's a negative, even if it's a negative character or a grey character. See, we are all grey.
Yeah.
No one is pious. No one is so pure that we'll only take right calls in worse situations. Such is Vasant Gowde. He has taken much worse actions in season 2, but it'll make you realize that I would have done the same.
So it becomes darker.
Gee. Oof.
Oh God. So apart from focus groups,
Gee.
how involved are you with Taaza Khabar?
Sir, everything.
Okay.
To the T.
Okay.
Music, यहाँ तक VFX also.
Oh.
Because we see the quality of VFX that we are getting to watch in movies nowadays. It's a set benchmark. You can't go below this, and you have to be at par, if not better. And I feel this season especially has much more VFX than season 1, because we have literally gone aukat ke bahar, the tagline of the show. Because first season we wanted to hold back. Let's not get too ambitious. What if this doesn't land? Second season, we have gone a little overboard with the VFX that we wanted to do, because we had written it a little grand this time. Also, because the platform wanted it.
Right.
So we wrote according to what they wanted. But involvement in music, in VFX, in DI, it has to be there. Even if I'm not in that room, by the end of the day, I would tell them, please send me a low res file.
Yeah.
I just want to see how it's coming along. बाद में प्रीमियर में वैसे बैठ के नहीं मुझे शॉक होना कि अरे यार ये क्या कर दिया हमने. Same with music. Like I remember doing the music with Saurabh, Lokhande and Jarvis. They've done music for Dhindora also and season 1 also. And they're fabulous bunch of folks. And we're all hungry. So we don't have set timings. I hate working like this. When they say that come after 8 p.m., we'll sit from 8 to 11. And I'm like, you can't make music like this. You have to sit idle for an hour at least. You have to chat for an hour at least for something to crack. Because I've been there where you sit with the studio timings and you don't crack anything.
Yeah.
And you just make it for the sake of it. But with them, we're sitting 18 hours, 19 hours, and just we're sitting, eating in the studio, sipping coffee, and all of a sudden there is this idea. Let's try this. And then we have built music on that. This time we have 8 songs in the show that drive the screenplay. And this time I've checked my bucket list of musicians that I wanted to work with. It's surreal.
Like?
For them to just pick up the call and say, yes, Bhuvan, we'll sing for you. Swanan Kirkire sir.
Oh.
He sung a song the song is my favorite from the album.
Okay.
And there is this one song that's sung by Mohan Kanan. And it's a little in the ghazal zone. I love doing music for shows.
Nice.
Because I know अपने country में अगर म्यूजिक सही है ना, अगर एल्बम सही है,
सब चल जाता है.
सब चल जाता है सर. इंटेंट अगर सही है ना, if there is really nice intent behind that music, everything will fly.
You know, as I'm listening to you speak, it's like everything that you like, music-wise, content-wise, film-wise, is very different from what one would typically think. See, the thing is, when we see a person, we don't know them, there's an opinion that's formed कि this person is a funny guy. मतलब शायद भागम भागी इसका like he likes those kinds of movies. But when I look at IMDb, there's a page devoted to Bhuvan Bam's favorite films.
Oh, yes.
It's mind-blowing simply because they are all dark. You're a dark guy.
I am.
So, I want to ask you about just 5 movies, because it's like they're really like this space really, but that guy, this dark guy, how did this? But there's also a funny side to you, you're saying.
I think it's the coping mechanism maybe.
Comedy is the coping mechanism for the darkness inside you.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Now that you're saying maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't sit and think like this.
But when you were a kid and all that, you used to crack a lot of jokes. ऐसा कुछ होता था?
I was the joker of the class.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But what's happening
inside
was a complete different story.
Okay.
Getting bullied in school. Not regularly.
Right.
But once a while. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
This, I've been bullied for this all my life.
Oh.
Yeah, my aim in school or college was, when I start earning, I'll get this fixed. Because the smile is a little crooked because of that. That's why I used to just smile like this. With BB ki vines happening, with all this happening in the past few years, there is this confidence inside me that has built up that I now openly smile like this. I don't care. I'll never go to a dentist for this. So that's how humor came into place.
Right.
कि मेरे पे मत हंसना, मेरे साथ हंसना.
So it's a coping mechanism. But let's
Yeah.
look at these films. The first one is Tumbad, which is again a story about greed. It's a fabulous film, but I want to know what resonated with you. Ki, like, what did you feel was I identify with this, or this is helping me in some way? What was that one thing?
See, it's none of that. It's just the premise of it. जैसे घर में दादी नानियाँ कहानियाँ बताती थी, same है वो. It's
So
like
you enjoyed it like a story.
it felt like I'm being narrated a folklore.
But very dark.
It's very dark. The way it's been shot, it's way ahead of
Even
its time.
thematically.
Yeah, thematically, it's way ahead of its time. The entire setup of that, I think I could watch it anytime.
Yeah. So the silence. It's the story about a 13-year-old girl who vanishes on a hot summer night. Her bicycle is found in the exact place where a girl was killed 23 years ago.
Sir, ये तो
Suspense.
these movies तो I really like suspense movies तो
Suspense movies.
Yeah. Black Mirror also. Black Mirror is something which I don't know how they've cracked this, but
Right.
it feels like we are seeing that something that's going to happen eventually. We're just seeing it 50 years before.
Right. So that's a favorite show of yours.
It's my go-to show.
Yeah.
Because none of the episodes is related to
Yeah.
each other. You just pick it up from anywhere and start watching.
Right.
I love shows like this.
Yeah.
कि कोई story connect नहीं है और ऐसा कुछ लंबा commitment नहीं है. There's no commitment to
But did you think of making Taaza Khabar like that?
like all different episodes.
Matlab, maybe related to one theme or something, but yeah.
No, actually, it was written as a movie. We had this thought of doing like 6-part show. I don't know why. Maybe we had decided to do that. Maybe at that time there was not too many shows coming. We had only Sacred Games. We had Apna, Patal Lok, Mirzapur. So I thought, like, people love watching series. Let's do a series
Let's
now.
do a series, yeah.
Let's do a series.
Yeah.
So with that psyche, we went with the show.
Right.
And not the movie. But yeah, I'm into dark cinema. I love
What about Kumbalangi Nights? Why is it such a favorite of yours?
color. And Fahad, of course. But color. It's a benchmark for me when it comes to colors. It's such a beautifully shot. It shows like the true color of India. And it's so beautifully shot. I really want to see what was it before getting graded like that. Because they've done a fabulous job.
Right.
And everywhere we went for Taaza Khabar DI, I just took Kumbalangi ke screen grabs and I said, if there is an outdoor scene and if it's a sunny outdoor scene, I want colors like this. Please, let it be a little poppy. Let's not go कि अगर theme dark है show का तो poppy नहीं करते. मैंने कहा हो गया वो, हो गया. वापस नहीं बनाऊंगा मैं कभी ऐसा show. ना मुझे मौका मिलेगा और ना maybe I won't have this kind of authority to tell someone that I want this color. Now it's our production, so I have this say
Right.
that please let's do color like this. And we have kind of done it this time. Maybe it'll show. but
It'll show. Yeah,
maybe,
look out
maybe.
for it. You also like science fiction shows or, like The Martian, Castaway.
Yeah.
Like people surviving all alone somewhere.
Yeah.
That's
So rooting for a loser is a great genre.
right.
If someone is losing and you root for them and they eventually come out of it, it's a win.
Right. But there's another movie that again is a very, very dark and desperate movie, which is Par.
Yeah.
Which is about, for those who haven't seen it, it's about Nasir and Smita, Shabana are there in that movie. And they basically, in order to get some money, they have to take a herd of pigs up across a river. So, matlab par karana hai. It's a harrowing kind of a film. What do you get from that?
I never looked it up.
Okay.
It just came in my recommendation. I'm on this Facebook page. I'm in this group on Facebook.
Right.
They recommend, and mostly there are people who were born in 70s, 80s. So everyone's a different
Right.
age group. It's a different age group altogether. So वहाँ पे recommendation में काफ़ी पार, इजाज़त, ऐसी ऐसी मूवीज़ आई हैं. And I'm like, who'll watch them? Should I watch? Then the lockdown came, and then I realized, oh my god, what I've been watching. It's nothing. This is something that I need to watch. It might not have the masala that we are used to. It might not have the music that we are used to. But these movies, they tell stories that they might be happening with us, around us, but we don't care to look twice. The first time I saw Par, I'm like, wow. I'm like, what a way to tell a story.
Yeah, we'll schedule another interview after your show
Sir,
releases
please,
about
sir.
the dark guy inside this guy who makes people laugh. That's going to be more
let's do
interesting.
that. Let's do that.
Yeah. Are there any similarities between you and the protagonist of Taaza Khabar? You used the word greed earlier,
Yeah.
but that's more in a positive way.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel just the graph of Vasya and me, I think just that is similar. What happened after he achieved what he wanted is something else.
Right. But don't you think you had to work hard for what you did, whereas he got it by luck?
I feel I got it by luck.
You got it by luck?
Yeah.
How?
Maybe I was, no doubt I worked hard, but maybe there was luck involved to be at that place, to be in that room where I wasn't supposed to be. I believe in that. Like, when people say that I've worked so hard, but still it's not happening, I totally hear them out, because I know it's never hard work that works in your favor, that makes things happen to you. There has to be luck. कितने लोग मेहनत कर रहे हैं सर रोज,
Yeah.
सबके साथ बढ़िया होने लगा, सबका मस्त होने लगा, फिर क्या हो जाएगा फिर तो.
But what do you say? I mean, I like to ask this question. In my mind, I call it advice from an achiever. So somebody is wants to become the next Bhuvan Bam. What do you say to them?
The thought in itself is wrong.
Okay.
Don't be the next Bhuvan Bam. If you say that I want to be the next XYZ, then you will act like XYZ. You'll do things like XYZ.
Not necessarily the next Bhuvan Bam is not to imitate you, but to get to where you are.
You need to make sure that this won't happen.
This won't happen, matlab?
You won't find success easily. It will come to you, but there might, either you are so lucky that you'll get there in no time, or else it will take you 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. You never know. You just need to be aware of what's happening around you. You just can't go and create content for the sake of it. You need to understand what people want to watch. The best advantage in this country is people love to watch everything. We have consumers everywhere. All kinds of content can be consumed in India. That's why you see such varied content creators across. ऐसा नहीं सिर्फ कॉमेडी कर रहे हैं लोग, ऐसा नहीं सिर्फ ट्रैवल इन्फ्लुएंसर्स हैं कुछ लोग. Cooking channels have broken all the records. There are so many reaction channels apparently who are doing so well.
They are all over.
The reaction channels.
Yeah. Reactions to trailers, reactions to music videos. I recently discovered there's a genre of reaction videos where foreigners are reacting to Lata Mangeshkar songs.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Because they also know that India में consumption है. They're well aware of it. क्योंकि we crave for foreign validation, na?
Do you crave for foreign validation?
Of course. I would want to know from their mouth.
Do you want a reaction video of BBQ Wines?
Yeah, there are channels
There
who
are
react.
channels,
Yeah,
okay.
They don't understand necessarily the jokes because they're culturally.
Because they're so rooted.
It's rooted. But they know what's happening with this boy is happening with us, has happened with us in life. Someone has made a fool out of him. Oh yeah, ये तो होता ही है. This has happened. A joke here and there. So the guy who does subtitles for me in BBQ Wines, he knows that if he translate the joke as it is, it won't land. So I have to make sure that he's a funny guy, the one who's translating. So I ask him, तेरे में sense of humor है भाई? कहता हाँ भैया थोड़ा सा है. क्या दिखता है तू? मैं ये सब दिखता हूँ. ठीक है. फिर मुझे exactly I don't want this joke to be translated. Just make a joke whatever you feel would land, but it has to be in this context. So his job is tougher than mine. He has to translate it in English.
Yeah, translation is a very tough job.
It's a very tough job. But whoever is starting anything on internet, whoever wants to make it big, you can't straight up think of making it big. You have to first gauge what the audience wants and you have to keep patience. ये बहुत ही तकियानूसी बात है कि patience, सब यही बोलते हैं, patience रखो, patience रखो, patience is the key. It is the key. Otherwise, I was in this bubble that Taaza Khabar season 1, it became the third most watched show in the country. Bollywood is fixed now. Bollywood is coming my way. It doesn't happen like that. No one has come here. No one is coming my way. I have to still carve my way, and I'm very happy to do that. And I will keep carving my way to reach where I want to reach. So you need to actually make sure that whatever you create, whatever content you create, you are happy with it. Have you noticed the duration of Taaza Khabar is much different than the OTT shows that we see? Because I know that I, as an audience, would love to watch a show which is 30-35 minutes long. Because in my head, when I see the length, the totality of the show, in my head, I'm sorted that this won't take up 2 days of mine.
Yeah.
It's a binge-worthy show. It will take me 3 hours. Like season 2 will take you 3 hours in total.
Which is one movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a movie experience with songs in it, and it's divided into parts. एक पार्ट खत्म हुआ, जाओ खाना लेके आओ, गरम करके खाना खाओ, खाते खाते देखो. I want this. So you need to understand what people want to watch. And I feel that if someone does that or something around this with a little bit of patience and talent, of course.
You know, hearing you say that, I'm reminded of this is before the OTT, all that happened. No? It was big when stars were acting on TV itself. So one famous actor said that I don't want to act on TV because I'm acting like इतनी मेहनत करके act कर रही हूँ and बीच में कोई अरे चपाती लाना, I don't want anybody to say that. But now that has become the default.
Yeah.
Like the performance and life, or what you're watching and what you're living has come to the same space, because don't have to necessarily go to the theater.
Yeah.
So you have to adjust like I'm going to have to face an audience that is probably suddenly getting a call, some milkman is ringing the doorbell, something's happening.
Sir, also this is because the show is coming on OTT and I know that.
Yeah.
If I were to write something for theaters, then I wouldn't want someone to go and grab a chapati.
But can you control that at home is what I'm trying to say. अगर वो लोग OTT पे देखते हैं, मतलब theater में नहीं देखा. Like a lot of people, lot of movies today, like maybe 50% of the audience sees in theaters, 50% OTT के, चलो OTT में आ ही जाएगा तो देख लेते हैं. तो that chapati situation is still going to happen, right?
It will happen, but you should know, like movies में movie जब आप बनाते हो तो आपको पता होता है कि यहाँ story में dip है.
हाँ.
You know as a creator that this is where the story will mellow down and it will go in a stagnant pace till the interval or after interval maybe. I feel that's something very, that's a creative call. You have to be so confident on your product that you know that, okay, I'm okay with people pausing it here and going
there,
yeah.
This is the last question. In your Twitter profile you have this thing, actor, musician and ambitious ladka. At what point did this ambitious ladka, when was he born?
The day I was mobbed for the first time.
मतलब उससे पहले ambition नहीं था कि मैं famous बनूं?
था, पर एक हद तक था कि लोग देख लें बस. स्ट्रीट पे चलूंगा तो लोग बोल देंगे ए आई वॉच योर कंटेंट. सिर्फ उतना वैलिडेशन अच्छा था. द डे आई गॉट मॉब्ड.
Where was this?
In Delhi only.
Oh, in Delhi.
In Delhi, in a metro station. And I came back and it was burning. Like the cops took me out of that mob and they said, "What did you do? What did you do?" And I, "No sir, I didn't do anything." "Why were they surrounding you?"
मतलब उनको
they had no clue.
Know,
they didn't watch naturally. YouTube तब नहीं देखते थे. Like किस पे? मैंने सर यूट्यूब पे मैं वीडियो बनाता हूँ. कौन सा वीडियो बनाता है? फिर उन्होंने मुझे बिठाया. They took me somewhere, they sat, they watched a video of mine with me, and I'm telling this is that character, this is the father, and this is the mother, and they're like, ये कहाँ आता है? मैंने सर इसी चैनल पे आता है, बीबी की वाइन्स. ये तो ठेका, ये तो शराब है, वाइन मतलब तो शराब होता है. Then I'm like, नहीं सर, it's a different thing. So 20 minutes went there, and I'm burning. I don't know from where the burn is coming, and I'm.
Burn मतलब क्या? What is?
I'll tell you.
हाँ.
It's burning.
हाँ.
And I go home, and they're like, कि go home, take a rickshaw or something. Don't travel by metro. और आना तो टोपी मास्क वास्क लगा के आना.
हाँ.
So I was like, okay. I went home, and the burn has started to increase. And I was wearing this white shirt. I go home, and I go to the kitchen to tell excitedly to Ai that I think we're there. I'm about to say this, and she's like, what happened? Who beat you up? And then she turned me around. The entire white shirt, you could see my back through that shirt. It was torn, and वो जो nails थे, it felt like someone has
Yeah.
a wolf had maybe attacked me,
हाँ.
because there were scratches on my back, and she got scared. That was the time when I thought this could be so big. If I keep at it, it could be the biggest thing that I could take it anywhere in
yeah.
life. Then I didn't think twice before doing anything. I knew what I wanted then, and hence the ambitious ladka. Never over ambitious. I don't want anything which is not in my capacity. I get very scared. I'm a very pessimist guy.
How do you differentiate between ambitious and over ambitious?
Just to put it in place, I wouldn't do a movie that wants me to play a certain figure. Am I making sense?
Right.
अगर कोई मुझे बोल दे कि ये कोई फिगर है, इसकी बायोग्राफी करनी है आपको, I'll get scared. I'll tell them that I need some time because I'm not that of a great actor to pull this off. I know my limits. I know that through this I'll keep learning. I'll keep polishing whatever craft I have. I won't just take it up because it's coming my way.
But is there inside you this part of this ambition also कि like लोग जानते हैं कि मैं jokes कर सकता हूँ, हंसा सकता हूँ, that you know all that kind of stuff. But is there that ambition कि like I want to prove that I'm a more serious actor as well?
Of course, sir. Of course.
So is Taaza Khabar like a small step in that?
Taaza Khabar is my audition for something big that is waiting for me somewhere.
Right.
I don't want to be identified just as a comedian. Though comedy is it's the toughest art form.
It's toughest, and timing is everything.
Yeah, timing is everything. It's the toughest art form.
I have a feeling that you have to be born with timing. I don't think you can polish it maybe, but that timing has to be there, and I think you have that.
But on the contrary, I never get stressed when I'm doing Dindora or when I'm doing, because I know that I'll pull this off.
Yeah.
With shows like Taaza Khabar, when you're acting in front of Mahesh Manjrekar, when you're acting in front of so many
Javed Jaffrey
sir आ गए इस बार तो.
हाँ.
Every day I thank my stars that I'm getting to do this. Just please मुझे आ जाए acting करना.
But do you feel you become a better serious actor?
No, I've become comfortable in front of camera.
ये क्या? You were always comfortable in front of the
I
camera.
was comfortable doing comedy.
Okay.
I was comfortable doing acting behind Titu Mama's mooch.
हाँ.
Behind a face, behind that muffler and that chashma.
Yeah.
I was comfortable in that because I know कि वो
It's a role.
It's a role.
हाँ.
This is full exposure ना.
हाँ.
Full आपको मेरे चेहरा दिख रहा है. इसमें कुछ मेकअप नहीं हुआ होगा. एक हल्का सा स्कार लगेगा. यहाँ पे स्कार लगेगा. Rest it's all naked. वो comfort ही नहीं लगता था कैसे आएगा. But season 2 में it just went. I just went overboard with it. I just said, if not now, then when?
Yeah.
You have to keep all those inhibitions aside. How do I look on camera? What do I do? It's okay. जितना vulnerable दिखेगा चेहरा, जितना लगेगा बेचारा, उतना ही maybe people would relate with Vasya.
Nice.
And I feel with time I'll get over all a little bit थोड़ा consciousness जो है अंदर थोड़ा सेल्फ कॉन्शियसनेस होता है हर का.
So all the best. I wanted to say all the best for Taaza Khabar season 2, but now that I see that ambitious ladka, I want to say that all the best for the transition from just a comedian to an all-round actor. I hope that happens soon.
Thank you, sir. And next time we'll sit and discuss that side of
That
me.
side of us. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hola! Your dream vacation to Hong Kong starts from rupees 74,999 only with GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.